are there any other guests available who would like to say something? Any other guest available? Akash, if possible. Guest Tasleem. Okay, so I guess they aren't available at the moment, and I guess we could. Oh, hi.
Hi. Actually, this is my second meeting. Actually, I'm looking for a MBA course. So actually, I needed to hone some skills for public speaking before getting into an MBA. So actually, I joined this course. I came to know about Toastmasters from my brother. He's actually working in JP Morgan. So he's actually participated in such Toastmasters clubs before. So he actually recommended to join this club. So the experience is good. Actually, that's why I've joined this guest lecture for the second time. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster, for sharing it and coming today. We hope you achieve what you are here to. I guess there are no further guests and we could proceed with the further meeting. And I would like to invite timer Ajay to share the prepared speeches timing report.
Yeah, thank you, Toastmaster of the day. Harsh, what you said, the report of the prepared and the
prepared speeches.
Yeah.
Yeah, prepared speeches and the icebreaker.
Yeah. So Toastmaster Vishal took 6 minutes 56 seconds. Toastmaster Sangram took 6 minutes 42 seconds. So they both are qualifying for the prepared speeches. And the icebreaker speech, Toastmaster Rakesh took 6 minutes 14 seconds. He also qualified. So all three are qualified.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Ajay, Toastmaster Ajay, for the report. I guess now we can have the polls for the prepared speeches. Surprisingly, I do not see anyone has renamed themselves poll master. Is there a poll master for today's meeting who could put up the polls?
Harsh, it is actually me, but I'm not getting any options to. I mean,
that's fine. Okay, so can Toastmaster Vishal or Toastmaster Ritik help Toastmaster Ajay to put up the polls?
Yes, Vishal, I'm helping.
Sure. Thanks, Ritik. I believe we can carry on with the next table topics and we'll have the combined polls together then.
Sure, we can do that.
Yeah.
Now we'd like to continue with the theme. Let's make money work for you. You've already worked for the money. And firstly, I would like to say now we all had invested our money in the beginning in some other companies. Now let's see during the prepared speeches, how did the market went up and down. So I'll show you the second quarter results. So we have already in the first. Now let's see the second quarter results. What are the market? Keep your fingers crossed. One second and yes, so these are the mid-quarter results in front of you. Akash Steel has risen by 20%, Mugdha Mines down by 20%, Joy Airlines down by 25%, Vishal Logistics down by 30%, Ritik IT Services doing good, up by 10%, Rishikesh Plastics down by 40%, Misha Paints down by 60%, Raghav Sports down by 20%. We have Avni E-commerce risen up by 50% due to good demand. Rakesh Construction is doing good, up 30%. Mehak Advertising is doing good, 15% up. Babu Luxury is doing superbly well, 35%. Alvin Crafts is down by 10%. Glen Infra is down by 10%. Urmila Publication again down by 25%. Sangram Fuels down by 30%. Ajay Watch is doing fairly well, done up by 10%. Crust Finance up by 10%. Sonam Chemicals up by 20%. For the people who had invested in mid-cap, your money is 4% less. Vishal Cryptos has surprisingly doubled because of the high volatility in in cryptocurrency. Parimal large cap down by 10% due to the bloodbath in the stock market, which you could see. Sarika government bonds has risen by 2%, fair returns, better than losing money. Karthik FD has given us 1% increase. Engelbert latest cryptos again has given 200% returns, again to high volatility in the cryptos. We then have Sudha Financial Services. The people who invested their money in Sudha Financial Services have earned 15% more. So these were the latest updates in the stock markets. I hope everyone earned well, or the people who lost should stick. And let's see how the third and the fourth and the final quarter shows responses. So I would like to also now share something else. Now, if you have all observed that some people earn money, some people do not earn money because we had all invested in something, or probably if it was a first salary or our salary, we would have spent on something. We all think it's one mistake that we have spent our money on something else. Not one mistake, there's two mistakes. Because once you spend money on something which you do not need, is one mistake because you have already lost that money. But it is the second mistake is that because you have also lost an opportunity to invest in something. So it is very important that you have made a wrong investment or you have also lost an opportunity. So there are two mistakes which people do when spending their money. It is not one mistake. So it is a big thing when you do something wrong. And it makes it more difficult for someone to get out of the rat race. And let's all agree, no one wants to be in the rat race by choice. They all get stuck by something or by the situation. It keeps on getting more difficult as long as you stay in the rat race. But it is never late to get out of the rat race and never early to get in the rat race. So many times it happens that people get too early in the rat race, which we shouldn't. So I would like to say it's never too late to get out of the rat race too, which we all want to. So many people start investing late, and it's not wrong. Always, we always tell that the best time to invest in markets or invest or do the right thing is today. Irrespective of what you did yesterday or the other day, it doesn't matter. Do not wait for an exigency to arrive and then start investing or saving money. We should always invest or save before any exigency arrives. So best day, again, I would like to reiterate, is to start today. No time is ever late. Even if you're late, start today. It will become slightly difficult to get out of the right race, but it won't be impossible. We all have heard stories like KFC, the founder of KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken, had started his journey at the age of 70. And he did at the right time because he just thought that it is the right time today. He did not think that I'm too old, but he did start for a better tomorrow. Thanks, Toastmaster Rakesh. Now I would like to take to the second leg of the meeting, which is the table topic. I would like to invite table topic master Walter to take over.
Sure. Thank you so much. Am I audible, visible?
Yes, sir, you are.
Yes.
Sorry, I was having some power issue, so I was just shifted. So I have again started the YouTube live just for information of everyone. So friends, we have some fantastic speeches. If prepared speeches are like 5 days classical cricket, then table topic is like 20-20 matches where we don't have any breathing time. You'll have to keep going yourself. This type of communication wherein one has to think and speak impromptu, unplanned, unrehearsed, and unprepared. Like someone in your office asks you all of a sudden the opinion on some relevant topic, or in some family function, someone requests you to talk about something. And how do we feel in that situation? We become uncomfortable. The ability to speak confidentially and clearly without any preparation is vital skill. And it simply comes by practice, practice, and practice. For harnessing this style of communication, like thinking on your feet and speaking out of unprepared, at Toastmaster, we have the table topic session, which allows us to practice your impromptu speaking in a safe and friendly environment. In this session, everyone, including the guest, can participate, of course, except me. Also, dear guest, one advice to you: you have joined this meeting to experience and understand what is a Toastmaster. So please participate in this session to get the real feel of public speaking. I'm the master of session, so you'll have to follow me. So those who have not spoken so far, please raise your hand. Be ready. Meanwhile, I will invite the timer to give the timing guideline. So over to you, timer Ajay. Ajay, are you there?
Looks like he has dropped off.
Drop.
Maybe. Yeah.
No worries. Just quickly giving you timing guidelines. See, the prepared speeches, these table topics will be minimum one minute you will have to talk, and maximum up to 2 minutes. You have the grace period on upper side, like you can talk up to 2.5 minutes. There is no grace period on lower side. We'll wait for a second to Ajay to join.
Yeah,
Ajay, you are there? Yeah. So
Yeah,
Ajay,
yeah.
just I explained the guideline, time guidelines. So you be prepared.
For the table topic, right?
Yeah, for the table topic.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So Toastmaster Harsh, it was excellent subject today. You have chosen. It's a great session so far. Kudos to you. So we normally talk like before you pray, forgive, before you quit, try. In the same way in investment, before you spend, earn. Before you invest, investigate. Before you retire, save. And before you die, give. Wealth is ability to fully experience the life. So no doubt, earning money, extra income is exigency in everyone's life. I have pulled out some quotes or some statements wherein, though money is important, it will force you to think, not otherwise, but force you to think on the other side of the coin. And these are the simple statements. So it's easy to speak on. So let me see who all have raised their hands. Anyone? Great. Mr. Rakesh, you are ready?
Is the topic on money?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not as such on money, but then very close to that as a theme. So my first question to you is, the timer, you are ready? Ajay?
Walter, please go ahead. I'm ready.
Yeah. So Rakesh, the statement to you is, stealing is not always crime, or I can say stealing is not always wrong. Over to you.
Okay. Yeah. So stealing is not always a crime, and stealing is not always wrong. Doesn't this statement resonate with us so often? We steal from the cookie jar. We steal from our mother's purses. We steal from our father's bank accounts. But is stealing good or is stealing bad? Think about the many benefits that you could get by stealing. Say, for example, look at a child, or look at a boy who's 16 years old who takes 2,000 rupees from his father's pocket and gets all the luxury that he wants. But look at it from the other way around. If this habit goes on and starts building on in your life, what are you going to be? What is the effort from your end? It is absolutely zilch. So my personal opinion is stealing should not be encouraged, because habits are inculcated from within, and habits are built from childhood and then promulgated to the top. Let stealing not be an exigency in your life. Come up on your own merit. No matter how rich you are or how poor you are, it does not matter. Merit matters. Because tomorrow you will be recognized for what you are with your own merit and not shining on borrowed feathers. So stealing definitely is a wrong thing. It should not be encouraged. Some of the stalwarts that you can emulate are Mr. Anand Mahindra, Mr. Ratan Tata, who have absolutely zero corruption or zero charges against them. And they have set a legacy in the standards. There are other people who have come up the wrong way, who have come up the stealing way, the likes of Nirav Modi or Vijay Mallya, etc. But what has happened to them? So these examples will set a stone for us, or set a benchmark, that ethics matters, and ethics is akin to not stealing. ethics is akin to doing business the right way. So friends, please do not encourage stealing. Please don't encourage bad ethics. Encourage good ethics. Imbibe those values in you and set a milestone for others to follow. Thank you.
Great opinion on the perspective. Thank you so much, Mr. Rakesh. So I will quickly move on to the next volunteer. Mr. Glenn, are you ready?
Yes, Toastmaster.
Yeah, so quick statement for you is capitalism may lead to better productivity, product qualities, and encourage the innovation. Capitalism leads to better product quality and encourage the innovation. Over to you, Toastmaster Glenn.
Okay, is there a possibility that you can change the topic? Because I'm really not sure about this.
Okay, sure. So, Glenn, this is a generation where we are most comfortable generation on the earth. I believe you two agree on that. We are the most comfortable generation on the earth, but we are not most joyful generation on the earth. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Walter, for that particular topic. When you talk about us being the most comfortable generation on the planet at this point of time, I think that's something that we totally agree with. Just the other day, I was reading an article which stated that today, the average man, the income that we have and the lifestyle that we live is way much superior than what a king would have lived in yesteryears. So on those grounds itself, if you talk about the comfort that we have, the lifestyles, the availability of medicine, things like that, yes, definitely we are way better off than what people were back in the day. The other thing that you mentioned was, are we the most joyous? Well, I think over there, when you compare, and I think this would again differ from individual to individual, but people always say that the people of back in the day had a better upbringing or a better quality of life versus the quality of life that we have today. And that's just a matter of fact, because right now we have so many things to deal with and do that back in the day people could, if I have to put it this way, like today, to just have one silent day to yourself without technology, it's such a difficult thing. Like, when was the last time you were just by yourself and had no screen time, right? But today that's something that's practically impossible and something that we have incorporated into our life. So on those grounds, it's the way, like, what you see as joyous time. I'm not sure if that answers your question, but yes, I think today we are way better off from a quality of life. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Walter.
Correct. Thank you for sharing your opinion on this topic. Let me move on to the guest. I think Sandeep Jain, are you ready to take up the topic? So you're on mute. Sorry, sir.
Yeah, so Toastmaster Walter, I'll just try. Yeah,
great. Thank you so much. So just wanted to have your opinion on the capitalism, the system of capitalism, and the correspondingly parallelly the destruction of environment. These are the two sides of the coins. So two sides of the coin, the capitalism, the growth of the capitalism, and destruction of the environment. Over to you, Toastmaster Sandeep.
Yes, so what we have learned from the past is that the way the West countries have progressed and industrialized themselves we have seen a lot of repercussions in the past. Basically, if you look at we talk about global warming today, we talk about the world has become bed for a lot of things that we don't want it today. But they have industrialized themselves, and there are other countries who are yet to do it, who are yet on the brink of probably thinking that they need to get to that level of prosperity, and that is why probably they are in many of the forums that they go to. They talk about that they are pretty left behind, and they need that opportunity to catch up with the West. And with the talking about the capitalism, obviously there are so many norms that they follow, and we are also in line with as country like India, probably we're in line with following the system as well at the same time. Sorry, I completely lost actually. I'm really
I think good, but then
I could not visualize actually. So I was not prepared as well. So really sorry for that.
Thank you so much, but that's a really good insight from you, and certainly the way you have mentioned, like the way not just the waste, but then for sake of development, the way we have destroy the environment, the Mother Earth, is nothing like that. Like we are the generation who are responsible for that, not the past generation. This is the generation last 30 years. The way we have destroyed the environment is not happened in last hundreds of years. And that's for the sake of growth, actually. Okay.
Right.
So thank you so much. Thank you so much. May I have Rishikesh is one more volunteer. Rishikesh, are you there?
Yes.
Great. So Rishikesh, the statement for you is it's good to have money, but not at the cost of losing the things that can't buy with the money. I repeat again, it's good to have money, but not at the cost of losing the things that can't be buy with the money.
So the first thing money cannot buy is happiness, because happiness is a state of mind. Money is a materialistic thing, something outside it. The happiness is an internal thing, and as you know, everyone, internal is something which is blissful. So money cannot buy everything, but at the same time, initially, money is a means for starting to be happy. It's like once there is a person who has famously said, it's like money cannot buy everything, but this sentence can be said by a person who has money. And so everything boils down to that money is one part of happiness, but money is not happiness altogether. And yeah, so everything, as I said earlier, it boils down to our mental state, that is happiness. For some, money may provide happiness, for some other activities may provide them happiness, and that's all. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Rishikesh. Great insight. Certainly, yes, money is important, but not at the cost of the happiness, not at the cost of the giving quality time to your family, not at the cost of your health. So these cannot be buy with the money. So thank you so much. Any other volunteer, please? Thank you, Toastmaster Vishal. He has raised his hand. I will come back to you, Toastmaster Sudha. So, Toastmaster Vishal, the man is richest whose pleasure are cheapest. The man is richest whose pleasure are cheapest. Over to you, Toastmaster Vishal.
Thank you so much, Table Topic Master Walter. This topic, actually, I would like to tweak it a bit. It mostly means that a man basically needs to be pretty simple in his needs, so that he's able to enjoy not just the materialistic world, but also enjoy the beautiful nature which we have around. Some of the most beautiful things in the world is you just need to go and take a walk on the beach, and honestly it just feels like bliss, which no amount of money, even if you have maybe a Ferrari, might temporarily give you some kind of happiness. But let's say if someone dents your Ferrari, or maybe you get a scratch or something on it, it will probably give you quite a bit of sleepless nights. So yeah, I would believe that some of the most simple things in life are the ones that really needs to be enjoyed a lot. And we don't really need to go any far searching it. within anything, or actually for that matter, even a person for some times, because sometimes you just find happiness in within yourself and in the most simple things. So yeah, that's my take on that, and I pass it back to you, table topic master Walter.
Thank you so much. Great insight. Anyone else? Toastmaster Sudha?
Yeah, I'm game.
So I think this could be the last one. So materialism is an identity crisis. Materialism is an identity crisis. Over to you, Toastmaster Sudha.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters, guests, and in particular, my table topics master, who has asked me a very philosophical question. Now, I was just trying to understand why is it an identity crisis? And I was trying to realize that probably it's because of the fact that everyone knows the Maslow's theory, right? So Maslow's theory, everyone knows that evolution of mankind. And when you reach the top of Maslow's theory, the triangle is eternal happiness is through spiritualism. So when people are struggling at number one, where it comes to the food, clothing, and shelter, and then they come to the money for savings, and there are different levels of the pyramid. You really need to reach up there to realize that materialism is not important. There are a lot of other things which is important, which makes up which gives you the happiness and peace of mind overall. But to reach there, you need to go through the pyramids and the different levels of pyramids. And I probably think that could be the reason that the identity crisis exists. The identity crisis exists because when most of us are struggling for the basic needs, nobody understands that those things are not important. So the human evolution and attainment of, nirvana or eternal happiness is only when you have probably met those other levels of achievement or materialism, or you've already grown enough to know without achieving that's not so important, and find happiness and peace with that. I don't know if I've confused you completely, but that's my take on this. Thank you. Over to you, table topics master.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the insight. I think guest Akash has raised his hand. So Akash, are you ready? Hello.
Yes, Walter, I'm ready.
Yeah, great. Well, quick this thing. So the statement for you is real measure of your wealth is how much you have worth if you lost all of your money. So your wealth, real measure of your wealth is whenever you lost everything, then how much you are worth. When you lost all of your money, how much you are worth. That's a statement for you. What is your opinion?
Please change the topic. Actually, I'm not able to think anything.
Fair enough.
Do you have any other topic?
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
The money is more important than, the time is more valuable than the money. Over to you.
So, yeah. Time is more valuable than money. As we look at the people around us, like since childhood, we enter the education system, we study, we grow up, we enter the company, we enter the corporate world, we earn, we retire. The time goes on and on. But when we look at the wealth we earn, the wealth is not everything. When we invest the time productively, if we are very efficient, if in the time we use, we can certainly earn good wealth. We can take examples all around us, like we have great business leaders like Ratan Tata or Anand Mahindra, as someone mentioned. They have invested time, they have invested their valuable time in everything, And we can see that Ratan Tata does not own much of wealth. Although he has a net worth of around $103 billion, he actually has a net worth of around only $1 billion. And he has invested everything in philanthropic trust. So I think time is more important than wealth. Thank you.
Great, great. Thank you so much. TMoD, do we have any time for next question?
I don't think so. We are too much crunchy at the time because we've already started late, and
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Sorry, Ritik, we will wrap up now and we'll move it. So with this, I have come to an end of allotted session. So let me call upon timer for his quick timing report. Over to you, Toastmaster Ajay.
Thank you so much, table topic master, Toastmaster Walter. So Toastmaster Rakesh took 2 minutes 4 seconds. Toastmaster Glenn took 2 minutes 13 seconds. Guest Sandeep took 1 minute 30 seconds. Toastmaster Rushikesh took 1 minute 7 seconds. Toastmaster Vishal took 1 minute 35 seconds. Toastmaster Sudha took 1 minute 56 seconds. Guest Akash took 1 minute 28 seconds. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So all our participants are qualified for the
all are qualified. All
are qualified, and you can cast your votes once the poll are released. Thank you everyone for your participation, not only making this session successful, but also sharing your views on this critical topic. So finally, I will conclude by the quote from legendary investor. It's not a greed that drives the world. It's the envy that drives the world. Just think of it on it. And thank you. And over to you, TMO.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster. Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Walter, for that brilliant table topic session. And I really liked your quote. It was really beautiful. I would like now to invite Toastmaster Ajay if he's ready for the polls for the prepared speeches round.
Yeah,
Toastmaster Ajay, can we go ahead?
Yeah, Ritik is helping me for this for the poll. Ritik, are you there?
Yes, I launched the poll.
Yeah.
Do let us know, Toastmaster Ritik, once the polls are done. Toastmaster Ritik, are the polls done?
Yes, the polls are done. We can launch for table topics.
Yeah. So please, Ritik, can you please present the polls for table topics?
I couldn't submit mine, which is going to be.
Okay, no worries. You can text me on the Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay, so the polls are ready for the table topics.
Can you please share?
Please vote for the best table topic speaker. Please vote. There are 6 votes are remaining. Please vote. I think there is a sort of a tie. Someone else can also win. So, okay, so we can close the poll. Thank you for the table topics.
Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Ritik, for saving this exigency and coming as a person who could organize the polls. So again, going back to the theme, I can already see pretty curious and excited faces to see how the market turned over the table topic sessions, but you will have to just wait for a minute. I would like to just share one another part. Whenever we are in a rat race, we just work for 3 people. And surprisingly, in those 3 people, it is not ourselves. The 3 people are the company. If you are a salaried person, the major time of your life goes to work for a company making someone else rich. Second is the banks. If you have any take a debt or an EMI, you work so hard so you can make the banks richer. Third, but not the least, everyone who hates them, the government, the taxes. 3 months of your life you waste. You don't waste. So 3 months of your life you have to work so you can pay for the government. These are the typical 99% of the people who work for these three people. And if you calculate, this is more than 15 years of your life you work for these three people. And surprisingly and very sadly, it isn't yourself. So just one thing I wanted to share with you. I know it's slightly low mooding and it's a lot of depressing thing, but it's a true reality. And only 1% of the population is get to out of this rat race. So just one thing. And yes, as everyone is waiting to see how the market turned, I'll share my screen. Let's see who makes how much money. Just one more second, and yeah. And here are the third quarter results. Akash Steel, which did bad in the second quarter, has a rise of 17%. Mugdha Mines up by 38%. Joy Airlines down more by 20%. Vishal Logistics up by 43%. Ritik ID Services down by 9%. Rishikesh Plastics then down by minus 17%. Misha Paints up by 50%. Raghav Sports up by 13%. Avni E-Commerce down by 7%. Rakesh Constructions less by 4%. Mehak Advertising increased by 13%. Babu Luxury down by 26%. Alwyn Crafts up by 56%. Glen Infra surprisingly up by 100%. Urmila Publications down by 20%. Sangram Tutorials up by 7%. Ajay Watches down by 9%. Crest Finance up by 9%. Sonam Chemicals up by 8%. Darshan Midcap has given a good rise of 8% as we see the stocks which hadn't performed earlier has performed right now. So, and the stocks who had performed very good had seen some corrections. Again, for the people who do not know, correction means a correction in the price of the stock, which isn't right as per the market situation by the momentum of the investors. Vishal Cryptos down by 75%, again a volatile market. Parimal large cap up by 22%. Again, I guess this is due to the corrections which have seen in the market. Sarika government bonds up by 3%. Again, as a slow player. Karthik FD, as usual, fixed rate up by 1%. Engelbert Crypto is up by 67%. Wow. Sudha Financial Services, your 50 rupees has become 120. That's a good sign. I hope everyone enjoyed this. We just have our last and a fourth quarter, which will come soon. Till then, again, keep your fingers crossed. Let's see who makes the most money.
Hey, Harsh, sorry, I had a question. Suddenly, why is the Vishal Cryptos drop by 75%? What is what's the strategy?
It's a very small market. It's a very small market, which leads to a lot of volatility.
No, but there's another crypto which is also up, right? There's other crypto which is up by 50%.
So that's the latest crypto. So Engelbert Cryptos have just invested in the cryptos and the NFTs which are
Bitcoins.
New.
So they invest in Bitcoins.
Bitcoins again becomes the old crypto, like Dogecoin or Shiba Inu are the new cryptos. So those are the two different cryptos. So Engelbert latest cryptos and Engelbert latest cryptos and Visha, one second.
And why is e-commerce down? E-commerce was up by almost 50% the first quarter.
Just 1 second. There's a small bridge gap between me and the computer.
Sure.
Sorry. Yeah, the maid had come and she destroyed the bridge between me and the computer, so I had to get up. No worries. Yeah, again, back to a question. Rakesh, why e-commerce is down? This is the market momentum. Lot of the investors. So as we all know, the equity market doesn't work the way we want to work, but it works how the investors want to work or how the majority people want it to work. So a lot
what
of
is the
people
perception?
thought,
What is the perception that has driven the market down for e-commerce,
so
especially?
a lot of people thought that e-commerce is very, because if we see carefully that Avni e-commerce had given very good returns, about 50% the first quarter. Many people think that is too much, and many people thought it's a good time to exit. So many people exited. That's why there was a decrease by 9% in Avni e-commerce. That way.
Okay.
And again, it's again all about the demand and the supply game. A lot of people thought it's not the right time, and many people wanted to earn profit and, let's say,
Got it.
spend
So the
something or
exit
start
has
spending.
has caused a drop and not the fundamentals of the
Exactly.
company. Okay.
All to be precise, Rakesh, all the market movements are because of exit and entry. There are no other two parameters which can change the share prices. It can only be an exit or an entry. Either people buy, either people sell. These are the only two parameters which can change the stock market. Toastmaster Sudha has a question, I guess.
I think my question got diluted with your interactions, but the question was definitely to answer whether why that other crypto jumped up and this crypto didn't. It could be because it's something related to probably Binance versus WazirX, or you were talking about a crypto exchange where firewalls are a little bit more stronger. You don't have too many crypto companies or coins slipping out? Probably. I don't know. I'm just asking.
Sorry, I didn't get your question. Like, you sort of.
No, there's no question. I was trying to answer your your side too, Rakesh. That the reason why the other crypto would have gone up would be
correct.
If you know Binance and you know WazirX, you know what I'm talking about. And also the fact that the data firewalls, a lot of companies come up with coins and cryptos and for entry, but before you try to take your money out, they're out of the game. So taking loss is a part of the crypto market. Yeah.
Thanks a lot. It's so wonderful that people have so many questions a game. It really gives a sense of involvement of everyone and excitement. So I hope everyone is learning something new today. As we have all learned by seeing the different ups and downs of the market, risky things are good, but it comes with a price. It comes with its own terms and conditions. Safe is almost safe, but it is worth it. So what do you need actually is a balance between safe and risky. Always delegate if you do not know or do not know what is good. It is always good to delegate or earn less money rather than losing all your money. Last but not the least, it really needs to be the timing. The timing really needs to be right. Many people got out of a particular stock or a particular finance or the particular market situation at the right time. So timing is very much important, and it is always very much important to understand yourself, do your own research rather than getting advices or suggestions from everyone else, because they would never tell you at the what price they'll buy, and they will never tell you what price they sold. They'll always tell you this is a good thing, but they will never tell you the exact thing. They'll not tell you the timing. They'll not tell you what is the right time to enter. They'll just keep on gossiping. So always trust your own research, no matter what, no matter how much bigger the financial guru is. Even if it's me, the best financial guru, never trust me too. Always have your own market research. Never do that. Okay, I guess now we are already running late on time. I guess it's now time for general evaluations. I would like to invite Toastmaster Sudha to give evaluation of Toastmaster Vishal's speech.
Thank you so much, Financial Guru of Mumbai Speakers Toastmasters Club. Toastmaster of the Day, a wonderful session, and we are all looking at charts, we are looking at industries, we are looking at gains and positive, negative, and this session of general evaluation is also to assess your performance. So here we go. 1 second, am I being timed? You don't need to time me, Ajay. I'm the general evaluation. I'll be calling on the evaluators when I'll start timing them. Yeah. So We are in the session where
really
we
sorry.
are going to look at the performance of the meeting and also the performance of the prepared speeches to start with. And I will be supported by the tag role players, which is a little bit of what you say, multi-hatting, which is going on here, but it's all about trying to keep the show going on. So I'll come to that in a second. So let me start with the evaluation of the prepared speeches. And to start the evaluation, I would like to call upon yours truly to evaluate Toastmaster Vishal's speech. Believe in yourself. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters, guests, and in particular, my speaker, Vishal Mehta. He started with a very important message wherein he said that Osho actually said the time that you believe in yourself is and don't give importance to other people around is the time that you actually start moving ahead like a lion. In short, a very powerful message, a very relevant message in our lives in terms of our growth and also getting distracted by a lot of banter and noise around when we start looking at others for ratifications and acknowledgement, when we are already fiercing with all the power, all the strength that we have to race ahead and go and achieve our goals. And we get distracted by people and what they think about us. So very important message, believe in yourself. He started off with a beautiful story of his life, wherein he talked about how in his childhood, he was a part of a group and they decided to drop him out, and how the childish feeling of loneliness, of not having people to talk to, and how he would be able to share those reasons why he is feeling low, there's nobody to talk to him, was actually a moment where we all connected with. A beautiful expression of the emotion which we go through when we stand apart from our friends, especially in childhood. He also narrated the person whom he looks up to, being Mahatma Gandhi, and the characters or the virtues which he is fond of in the leader, being honesty, courage, basically mentally, if not physically, and also taking responsibility. So overall, a wonderful speech, and also the final message, which the end of the speech had about Monday and Friday, a very nice way to connect, wherein he said that if you do something on a Monday and you do something on a Friday, see what kind of leader you will become at the end. So a great speech. I don't have too much of suggestions for this particular speech. The only thing, Vishal, what I felt is that you needed to probably talk about your leadership style. You did touch upon what you like about different leaders and what you look up to for leadership, but what is Vishal Mehta's leadership style? That was missing. The other thing also, a little bit of energy was also something I would have looked forward to in your speeches, because I find your speech having a lot of content, but you need to now focus on voice modulation and also looking into the eyes of the audience when you're trying to convince or convey a point. With that, I think a great speech, keep it up. You brought in your personal anecdotes, which was the takeaway of your speech. Good luck in the future. Thank you. Now we go on to the evaluation of the second speech, which is also by yours truly, which is the speaker who actually started off. Yeah, sorry, Ajay, you can start my timing also. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests, and in particular, my speaker, Toastmaster Rakesh. He started with an adage saying, pity is for the weak and jealousy you have to earn. That statement was enough to convey the attitude of the speaker. A very confident one, a person who exactly has tasted success in public speaking, and he took us through his career wherein he was a career banker, and he also was mindful of the fact that this stage was not to talk about his career, but to talk about his weak moments in his journey of trying to become an effective public speaker. Mr. Nair, looking at the lanky boy, an introverted boy, and also giving a message to him that maybe I can do well in public speaking. He also talked about the elocution competition and the moment of fumbling, the moment of nervousness before he got onto the stage. Your speech was carved with a lot of amazing usage of English, where I would like to point out some. The introverted boy, upbeat with jargons. I've already said pity is for the weak, jealousy you have to earn, humiliating speech, ammunition, wherewithal, nibbling my nail, stakes were high, first words of mumbling, spotlight moment, logical part of my brain, and so on and so forth. So a speaker with a very good vocabulary, a very good mastery of the language, and also a person who's able to craft a very good speech at the icebreaker level. In fact, I think you have scored 100 over 100 on your icebreaker. I don't have anything to say on the speech, the content, the delivery, the voice modality, and your vocabulary. But there's only one message I would like to give to you, Rakesh. It was an icebreaker. You did share your journey of public speaking, but we didn't get to know more about Rakesh. What is it that you like? What is it that you don't like? What's your family about? Your parents? Maybe a little about your childhood. I think that would add a little bit of more sprinkle to the menu. Yeah. Otherwise, congratulations. Great job done. I think we all need to stand up and congratulate him for the icebreaker session, which is usually the tradition of Toastmasters. So with that, let us stand up, and over to you, general evaluator. Before the general evaluator starts with the next audio, let us all stand up and congratulate Toastmaster Rakesh. Congratulations, Rakesh.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.
With that, we move on to the third speaker, and the evaluation for the same is going to be done by Toastmaster Ritik. Over to you, Toastmaster Ritik.
Thank you, General Evaluator Sudha. So the speech which was given by Toastmaster Sangram, that was titled as Mangroves and Its Importance. Toastmaster Sangram, you excelled on the speech. You showed the research, what you have done, and the kind of content you have brought. I've seen the growth of yours, like from the icebreaker to the speech. You did a very good research, and you took a topic which is really important for the people who are living in coastal areas. And the topic which usually is not in the discussion for the people, but you brought that thing, how it can improve. The topic was really, really important. Can improve the situation.
Yeah, I think we lost him. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, so I was mentioning the topic which Toastmaster Sangram chose. That was a really good topic based on the current situation and based on the requirement to the nature and the climate. So you took a really good topic. The things on which you improved, the content of the speech. You did a really good practice on how you can improve on the content. The content was structured and you followed a path in the whole content. The things on which you can improve, they were the voice modulation. There could have been a voice modulation for few things which you want the audience should listen, but that was missing. Another thing is, personally as a speaker, I was not aware of the term as a mangroves, what it is. After the speech, I googled it, what it is. So you could have said what it is actually. So the mangroves are a group of trees, and shrubs that live in coastal interradial zone. So you can understand it is like a sort of a tree kind of roots of tree. So you could have used this very basic word or a very short definition about it, what it is exactly, rather than going deep into it. So that is something on which you can improve. Other than that, you excelled on your speech, and it was a wonderful speech. That's all from my end. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thanks, Ritik.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Ritik, for that detailed evaluation of Sangram's speech. And with that, we would like to now call upon the timer to give the timer's report, please.
Yeah, thank you so much, Toastmaster Sudha. So for the evaluation, let me give my report. Toastmaster Sudha took 3 minutes 3 seconds for Vishal. For the first evaluator, for the first speaker, and the second, you also Toastmaster Sudha took 3 minutes 8 seconds for the second speaker. And for the third speaker, Toastmaster Ritik took 2 minutes 36 seconds. Over to you, Toastmaster Sudha. And all are qualified.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ajay. Now I would like to call upon the grammarian if you have a report ready. Otherwise,
Sure.
whatever you have noted.
Yeah.
Polls are ready. Please vote for your best.
Yeah, sure. So, so basically my report, I will just quickly go through that. Toastmaster Sudha, you have covered whatever the good usage of the Vishal and Rakesh. So I have seen the very good usage by the Toastmaster Vishal and Rakesh during his speech. Toastmaster Sudha, you also mentioned the spinning yarn and Kotak movement. These are the, again, good usage of English. I couldn't find out any specific bad usage. Once I followed, I captured is that which is followed by. Instead of that, we can directly say followed by. So, and then Harsh is also used many anecdotes, rat race and all those things, which are also good. The word of the day was exigency, which was used by Toastmaster Harsh, Toastmaster Rakesh, and myself. I think Sudha, you has also used one. So these are the uses of the words of the day. Thank you, and over to you, Toastmaster Sudha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Walter, for double hatting and also triple hatting and also playing the grammarian role as an exigency measure. Thank you so much. With that, I would like to call upon the R counter, who's also double hatting, Toastmaster Vishal.
Thank you so much, Madam Toastmaster Sudha. So let me quickly share my screen as well. Let me know when you can see. So we have Toastmaster Walter had one crutch word, one filler word, and one filler phrase. Toastmaster Ritik had 4 crutch sounds, 3 filler words, and 4 filler phrases, and 1 long pause. Toastmaster Harsh, 5+ crutch sounds, 2 filler words, and 2 filler phrases. Toastmaster Ajay had 4 crutch sounds, 1 filler word, and 2 filler phrases. Myself, I had 5+ crutch sounds, 2 filler words, and 3 filler phrases. Toastmaster Rakesh was excellent today, just 1 filler word. Toastmaster Sangram, 5+ crutch words, 4 filler words, and 2 filler phrases, and 1 long pause. Toastmaster Glenn had 3 crutch sounds, 2 filler words, 1 filler phrase. Guest Sandeep had 5+ crutch sounds, 1 filler word, and also 4 filler phrases. Toastmaster Rishikesh had 2 crutch sounds, 1 filler word. Toastmaster Sudha, 3 crutch sounds, 2 filler words, and 1 filler phrase. And guest Akash, 5+ crutch sounds, 1 filler phrase, and 1 long pause. Over to you, Toastmaster Sudha.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vishal, another exigency warrior. who has been able to handle few last minute changes. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Vishal. So with that, I would like to now start with the general evaluation or the feedback of the meeting. The meeting till about 10:57, 10:55 had only around 8 members who had signed in, 8 to 9 members. And by the time we crossed 11 and over to 11:05, we found 16 to 17 members who had logged in, along with the guests, of course. Now, this is something which is absolutely unavoidable because the speakers and the tag role players are supposed to be logged in at least 15 minutes before the meeting starts. There are hiccups which can happen. I understand today we had a drop of the grammarian and we were not able to get a replacement in just 10 minutes of the, not even 10 minutes. I think it was just closing in into the start of the meet. We got to know that the grammarian has dropped out and it was difficult for us to arrange for one. So if we follow the practice of at least informing the VP education or the TMOD that this can happen, I think we can handle a lot of exigencies in a more efficient manner. So I personally think that the seriousness to the Toastmasters meeting is very important if you want to take away learnings from it as well. If you're going to take this moment not very seriously, the results are also not going to be that serious. So I personally want to convey this message because I know it's the summer months. Most of us are on holiday mood and we are traveling because the kids are out of school and, we are traveling and it's summer. But I think Toastmaster goes on. We all meet on Sunday afternoon, Sunday mornings. So let us keep that open. And if you can't make it for any reason, please inform. And it's important that sometimes we also need to honor few protocols in Toastmasters that I had started off initially trying to implement, which I have been a little bit light about because we had achievement awards like Toastmaster of the Month. There are certain criteria for that. You need to attend meetings. You cannot call off roles unless there's an emergency. Also, how many roles do you take in a month? There are different criteria. So now I'm going to get back to that because we need to monitor this a little bit more seriously, not because I want to be the bad cop here, because I'm generally the good cop, but I think somebody needs to play the bad cop because we are all here doing this on a voluntary basis. So let us make this happen and not cancel things at the last minute. Plan a little bit more efficiently, a week in advance. We all can do a wonderful job. And Toastmasters gives an amazing platform for all of us to take away at the end of the day. So let's be a little bit genuine and sincere about our attempts. So that's number one on the last minute changes and how we managed it. Now we come on to the Toastmaster of the day. Today the Toastmaster of the day, the energetic Harsh, he came up with such a wonderful theme. I wish that all the club members were there to support him for this particular theme. Because Harsh, I want to ask you, what's your background, by the way? You never introduced yourself to us.
My background is into sales, actually.
No, which company do you work for?
I'm into jewelry, actually. Jewelry sales.
Jewelry, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're sorry to interject, but are you part of the Tribhuvandas Bimji Zaveri League?
No. No. So basically, I know why you asked this question, Sudha, that was my background. So I was always keen on finance, interesting accounts. So I'm always used to this and reading books. So as I told, I was recently reading the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I strongly believe on the fact that it's a very different thing to earn money and it's a very different thing to manage your money. So I'm very much involved in that. That's why I choose this thing.
The reason why I asked is because most of the Zaveris, the Javeris, the Mehtas, the Shahs I know are all diamond traders, right? From Zaveri. That's the reason why. Yeah.
You have rosy blue to top it all, yeah?
Yes, rosy blue.
Anyway, so going back to my Toastmasters theme, it was a wonderful theme. All of us need to applaud the effort that Harsh has made to make this morning meeting such a wonderful experience, Harsh. I think you had the quiz, you had the knowledge, you had the entertainment, you had the mystery, you had every aspect for the audience to keep yourself engaged and want to come for the meeting. I also understand that you did some theatrics at the background to make sure that, you know, a stock goes up and stock goes down. And we had a very earnest learner like Rakesh asking you a question, and it seemed like you were the CNBC financial guru trying to answer those questions. Kudos to that, yeah. Kudos. I mean, I don't have words to express the initiative you have taken, the you know, the boundaries you have crossed to make sure that your role as a Toastmaster of the day has been delivered to the fullest. So congratulations. We need such people. Yeah. I mean, once you take up a role, that's the earnestness and the sincerity with which you need to come on the stage. When you come with a lack of preparedness, sometimes it's fine because we are all busy. But when you do it with a preparedness, this is the result. So I personally applaud Harsh once again. And, you know, initially when you started off, I actually felt you were talking on CNBC with all those market jargons, and you were talking about how the markets have changed, the bond rates and the inflation, the GDP, and, you know, everything. I was thinking, hello, where is he going? Is this going to be overload? But no, you came down to everyone's level and you explained. And what a beautiful coinage of each members and representing the industry. I mean, amazing. I mean, I think I want to go on this, but in short, an amazing theme. I think it will be one of the themes that we as Mumbai speakers will remember, because we did have few such themes in the past as well. And that's what, right? What stays with you is something where people have taken that effort. So we had something like a millionaire, which Deep also had conducted, and that was a wonderful one. Pictionary, you know, these are things which people will remember. So please come up with these amazing themes. I'm ready to embrace anything out of the box, any outliers wanting to experiment. This is the ground. So congratulations on that. And then we went on to the prepared speeches. We had 3 wonderful speeches. I thought all 3 were amazing in its content, at its level, and also the maturity of the speeches. So kudos to Vishal, Rakesh, and Sangram. Sangram, I didn't hear full speech of yours, but I'm sure you've done enough work on your research and presentation, and you would have delivered it beautifully, which came out in the evaluation as well. Then we went on to the table topics master. Now, the table topics master being Walter, he always has a philosophy behind everything that he does. And he brought us to the balanced view of money, wherein, you know, Harsh was talking about the money, the markets and the performance. And then Walter brought down us to the point that don't talk too much about money. There are other things to be considered along with money. So good thought. I think he went on with the theme, but with the balance given to the topic as well, and very good topics. The only suggestion is try to make your topics a little bit simpler, you know, like just 3-4 words, which makes up the sentence or a question. So, you know, then people are able to formulate what you're going to expect from the question. So that's also a brilliant attempt on the table topics. Apart from that, I think the preparation part, the last minute dropouts, which can be avoided, but you know, this is a part which we have to learn to handle. Like I always tell my team, XCOM team, that you know, the show must go on. And I think people have understood the language, and if people come, people don't come, there is some reason for them to drop out of the last minute, we all will continue the Toastmasters meeting. So with that spirit, let us continue doing this. There could be some glitches, but we will still continue to make it as successful as possible, and also have takeaways at the end of the meeting. Along with that, I conclude my general evaluation and congratulate once again all the role players and all the double hatters and triple hatters who came in and shouldered the responsibility, and especially a big cheer out to the Toastmaster of the day. And with that, I would like to hand over the stage to the new presiding officer, who is doing it for the first time, as well as the closing today. So over to you, Toastmaster of the day, who's not only single hatting, double hatting, triple hatting, quadri hatting, I don't know how many hattings he's doing, but over to you, presiding officer.
Thank you, General Evaluator. So we didn't speak to the guest in the start of the meeting. I would love to speak with them right now. And meanwhile, I will share the polls with you guys. You can vote for the best auxiliary role player. So, guest Akash Doshi, how was your experience in today's meeting? Can you tell us about that? Anything input, any input you want to give us? We would love to have that. Over to you.
No, I'm in no position to give an input right
But
now.
we would love to hear your
The
experience.
meeting, yeah. So the experience was good. Actually, I would love to come forward and join the next meeting and apply for the membership of the meeting. Nothing else. The meeting was nice.
That's great. Okay, that was quite good. And you gave a table topic as well. So that was a really good thing you had done on this first day. And I still remember my first day as well. I went for the table topic and I didn't know what to speak, but I give it a shot. That's all. And the journey has been quite good for me till now. Okay, that's great, Akash. And then we go to guest Sandeep. Sandeep, how was your experience in today's meeting?
So it was wonderful to be here. Basically, we, as so many people talked about so many topics, so it was a great learning experience with it. People talked the prepared way. They talked about like when they were extempore. They talked unprepared, and then the evaluation of whatever improvements that we can make in our speeches. That matters a lot because that's a learning curve we all go through when we at least start speaking. Like for example, for me, this is going to be a long journey, I'm very sure. Though I speak in my corporate meetings and all, but this is a different ball game altogether. So I need to learn a lot, I think, to be prepared when you're given a very difficult topic to speak or something you're not very used to. So I'm not pretty used to certain topics. So if somebody asks me to deliver on a topic which I'm not comfortable with, or maybe, so I have to be out of my comfort zone to deliver that. So probably I need to learn a lot and probably speak example. Thank you so much.
That was quite a good experience you had, I think, and I saw the perspective you saw in the club right now as a corporate, and that is something I also use in my office as well. Whatever I've learned in the XCOM and whatever I learned from the public speaking as well. So that is the best side of the Toastmaster Club, as I think also. Okay, so that was a quite good experience of Sandeep in club, and then we go to guest. Who else we have? Guest 18E4243. Can you unmute yourself? I think. Okay, I think we are done with the guest. So, are we ready with our awards?
Yeah, Toastmaster Ritik, ready.
Please share the PPT on the screen so we can facilitate.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first award is Best Prepared Speaker, and that is Toastmaster Rakesh. Sorry,
Vishal.
glitch.
It's Vishal.
Let me check once again. No, it's Rakesh. Sorry for the glitch. Apologies for that. So the winner is Toastmaster Rakesh. Congratulations to you, Toastmaster Rakesh.
I'm really sorry for that.
No problem. We can continue on this. And the best table topic speaker is as well the Rakesh, Toastmaster Rakesh. Sorry for the glitch. You want to back awards, and we are not able to make it interesting for you.
It's Vishal, right?
Oh, it's Rakesh again. Rakesh, do you want to say something about these two awards? I haven't seen somebody who have won back-to-back both the awards in the table topics and prepared speeches. Yeah.
No, I mean, no, that's it. It was a very exciting experience, and I'm sure the others spoke very well, but I would really like to congratulate. I'm really like to thank people who voted for me, who voted for my confidence, and given me an opportunity to showcase my speaking skills on this stage. But yeah, it was a great experience to win 2 back-to-back. Yeah.
That's great, Rakesh. You sounded like a politician. You thanked all the voters.
Yes. No, I mean, that's what I can do. But yeah, it was great. I'm sure the others also deserved it.
Yeah, sure. That was quite great to listen to you. Yes. So the best evaluator is Toastmaster Sudha. Congratulations, Sudha. You rocked on the best evaluator award. So do you want to say something about this?
I had actually written a message to you to drop me out of the evaluation. I think you didn't put it there. Anyway, thank you so much. But there was nobody else. It was you.
That's why I didn't want that. Okay.
Thank you so much. I love evaluation, and sometimes I just do so much of it. You guys are going to get bored of me doing the GE and the evaluation. Please take up the evaluation role as soon as possible, guys.
That's why I took the PO role. Okay, let's move to the best auxiliary role player. So the winner is Toastmaster Walter. Walter, thank you very much for doing the multiple hats.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
SAR, TTM, even the YouTube live streaming as well. You are doing.
Yeah.
Thanks, and the
grammarian as well. So thank you very much for doing so much of work for the club. And let's move to the next award. That is best of big 3. Okay. I was trying to make some sort of a surprise for this, but that was quite good. Toastmaster Harsh, are you there? Should we tell everyone about our chat in the morning, what we were discussing for the introduction?
I don't think so. That would be the right time right now.
Let me do it. Okay. So in the morning, I asked Toastmaster of the day, Harsh, like, can you give me some small introduction about you? And he gave me a motivational quote. You should follow 8 times in your life. I was like, how did you get this? Then I told him, like, send me the bio of your Bumble profile. And he sent me the same thing. And then I asked him, are you getting any matches or not? Then he said, no, no, man. Then I gave him a feedback. You should change your bio and write something about yourself, not about the motivation you have in your life. Then he thanked me for that as well. And that was something I forgot to mention in the PO's remark, like the introduction of TMoD. But that was quite a different side of Toastmaster Harsh, which I got to know in the morning. So that was great. So we had so anything you want to say, Toastmaster of the day, for this award?
I guess I'm truly grateful for that opportunity, and thanks a lot for Toastmaster Vishal and Toastmaster for messaging me every week that you have to be the Toastmaster day. I like next time, sure, next time. Sure. So I definitely wouldn't have been the Toastmaster day if it wasn't for Toastmaster Sudha and Toastmaster Vishal. Kudos to you all, guys. You all made me do it. Of course, Toastmaster Joy, who couldn't be here because of some unfortunate reason, because I guess he won the lottery and went to holidays for Phuket. So he couldn't be here. I really missed him. And also thanks a lot for everyone, Toastmaster Rakesh, Toastmaster Ritik, everyone who guided me throughout it, all the kind words which you said to me. This just motivates me more and make myself better and participate much more. Thanks a lot, everyone.
I'm sure Toastmaster the day after this meeting, you'll get the matches on the Bumble as well. Okay, so with this, I announce the meeting closed, so we can stop the recording now. Toastmaster Walter. Thank you everyone for joining.